Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Impossible Mowers. Now in today's video we're doing a massive update on the rigs because that's all I can do at the moment, surprisingly. Now let's start with the Cub Cadet. The big update we're doing with this is giving it a whole front end on the left side. Now what do I mean by that? Well, to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, we off-roaded this and the Husqvarna to compare to see which one was the better stock mower. Obviously the Husqvarna prevailed, and the Cub Cadet, which I thought was gonna be a simple fix, actually ended up being the worst to say the least. The Cub Cadet had many problems. Problem number one being the transmission was too low, but that's just the naturalist of the mower. That's the way the mower is built. Can't really do much about that. But the front end was terrible. I'll show you what happened here. We were rock crawling, here's the video, rock crawling up this hill, and my axle shaft fell out, and I thought, oh, just pop that puppy back on. Well, nope, because when I went to go tighten it back on, it snapped, the bolt snapped, and the pieces to that little shaft snapped. And here is what we have. This is not the snapped side, this is just the side. This is what it should look like. Nice square flush spot. And then we look over here, and this is just, it's cooked. See how this broke right here? I had to put another bolt in there. It's just not working out, and it keeps popping off, thus making it unreliable. Now, surprisingly, this is actually what's not stopping me from riding this thing. What is, though, is this right here. And I'm telling you guys, I've owned a lot of mowers in my lifetime. We have 14 here on the property, maybe 16. 8 of them run and drive, and I've never witnessed this problem, right hand to God. The rim on the good side, this is the good side of the tractor, the side that I thought had no problems. The rim ended up getting chewed up by some sort of maybe rocks, something ledged in there, I don't know. And I don't know if you can see here, but that whole inside is hollow. It is just gone. So in short, this whole axle shaft, or this little spindle here, is just cooked. I need to buy a new one. I've already bought a new one. I bought new steering kits for this thing, and it's coming in this upcoming week. So until that comes in, I can't drive this thing because I already have to put a new rim on it, put a new tire on it, redo this front suspension, and if I do more damage to this thing, quite frankly, which I don't want to, it's not gonna work out. But I figured, you know what, we're digging into this mower. I might as well make it more reliable. So what I'm doing is I'm fixing the clicking noise by taking out the valve train, retightening it back to factory settings. What's really famous with this valve train is it's famous for becoming really loose to the point where you have to tighten them again. Now you guys know that with these Kohler motors, the famous problem with these motors that prevents them from being really good is not only the plastic gears and the bolts coming up from the flywheel, thus locking the motor, it's the valve train. It's famous for wearing out and loosening up really quick, more loosening than wearing out, but they can wear out when they're loosened, so I guess you could say it's both. So you know, I have to do that. I figured I'd do that. What's also really famous is you can't reuse the overhead valve cover gaskets, which is not really a big shocker, but to go with the gasket, these things leak notoriously the moment you take these front ends apart. So I bought some new gaskets coming in, so at the end of next week I'm hoping the front end's fixed, we've got an oil change done on this because I'm going to get some fresh oil, and the valve train is going to be tip-top, thus making this mower reliable. So that's what happened, guys. I know I did say that I've never seen any kind of rim damage like this before. That's just because I've never seen it before with my specific mowers, and to be fair, the specific mowers I have are beefed up to not do this, so it is right for me to say that I haven't seen it before. But it's really not that uncommon when you're taking a stock mower off-roading like this, because all it takes is just a little bit of rock debris or any sort of shrapnel, anything that can chew up metal, to get stuck in there, and then as you're spinning that puppy, you're just driving along, doot-doot-doom, and when you're on, it's just eating up that rim until it just pops right off. So it's not really uncommon. It's the reason why there's black clips on the mowers, those little black you know, caps. But you know, this stuff happens. That's why you upgrade this stuff. I purposely didn't want to upgrade this mower because I knew there was going to be problems when you're off-roading a stock mower like this, but I really wanted a very fair apples to apples comparison between the Husqvarna and the Cub Cadet, because I never said this was going to be an upgraded automatic challenge. This was going to be a stock ride mower challenge, which it was. I mean, they're stock mowers. I don't know what else to say. The only thing that's different between this and the Husqvarna is the way it was built and the blue lights. That's pretty much it. And of course some small stuff, but as far as functionality goes, they're both stock mowers. So that's what's going to be happening with this guy. He's getting some new stuff, and it's, you know, we got to get these mowers winter ready, so it's to be expected. So that's upgrade, update number 1. Husqvarna update number 2. It just needs to be tuned up, not a big deal. A little screw and it's back on the road. Still drives though. The Poulon is getting a huge upgrade, but not as bad, not as big as Chuck, or maybe just as big. I'm gonna tell you why in a little bit. But I'm gonna get one more mow with this puppy off camera. And what we're going to be doing with this mower, and guys, tell me if you agree, but I mean, I'm thinking about doing it, just going whole hog. We're going to take off the blade deck, put it in the back of the shop, and tarp it just like with the Cub Cadets, because they're still good, not throwing them out. And we're going to make this thing off-road and winter ready. Now, how so? First thing I'm doing is I'm going to chop into the frame, and I'm going to mount a plow on the front end. Now, you're probably thinking, great, plow, front end. You're going to plow with the driveway with this thing. What are you going to do to raise and lower the plow? I am buying a $80 25, it's so unneeded, but I figured why not go whole hog. 2,500 pound 5-year warranty rope winch off of American Supply. It's great stuff. I mean, we run their winches all the time. We run it with Krusty, the Sears Suburban, which we actually got one. It's sitting in the box over there, and hopefully all of these one day. But I'm going to be having a winch operating the plow to go up and down. Now, if I had a lot of money, I would have 2 other winches to operate side to side, but I'm not that lazy. I mean, I can just move it to the side, and then there I'm plowing. So we're gonna have a nice winch go up and down. We got the salt spreader dolled up, so we're gonna have one of these automatic salt spreading, and it's gonna be cool. I mean, it's gonna be nice to be able to shoot, hopefully film at around 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, do some plowing at night. The reason why I said this is getting the biggest upgrade is because, not just because of the plow and the winch, but we're putting LED lights in there. We're putting hazard flashers front and back, hopefully front and back. We're putting an LED light bar on this puppy. We're putting LED reverse lights in this. I mean, I want to know that in the middle of the night, I can crank this puppy over, have my hazards on and my LEDs on, and a perfectly working winch, and take off. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to have to show this motor some love. It's been a bastard to me ever since I got it, but I think I know why. It's the carburetor, and I think one of the needles in it is screwed up, so not a big deal. Might be something good to contact Hypo for, actually. But that is going to be the update for this rig, and you will be seeing more videos on this than any other rig, apart from Chuck and the Simplicity, which is our next mower update. Now, you guys know that we've been working on the Simplicity for quite a while now. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, great, but why haven't we seen any videos? I've had a pulley that has been a bastard on this crankshaft, so much so that I actually couldn't take the pulley off. I had to cut through it and flush this part up as far as I can. This is part of the pulley, and it's gone. Now, I could take a plasma cutter to it, not plasma cutter, Jesus, a blowtorch to it, but I'd be damaging the sump gasket, which is this oil ring gasket right here, and not oil ring, Jesus, a oil gasket on the bottom of the crankcase gasket, and I don't want to do that. So we did it by just taking the pulley off, and it's gonna work. We did cut into it a little bit here. Hopefully it's not out of balance. I hope not, but we've been fighting this thing off camera so many times. It's been a bastard, but we finally got it off, and now the next challenge is a exhaust system, which we have already built. This is the same stock exhaust system, but we just extended it about 2 to 3 inches to fit this V-twin exhaust. And instead of having the stock Vanguard tips at the top, we put a V-twin modern day tip at the top. Now, that's going to take a little bit of time. Hopefully we'll catch that on camera. If not, no biggie. But that's why you guys haven't been seeing this thing. It's just, I don't want to bore you guys with literally 4 to 5 hours of pulley work. That's what it took, 4 to 5 hours. So, you know, then again, I'm not made out of money here, so I am working with what I've got. And I'm surprised I was able to get it done. But without further ado, there's the motor. We're going to be dropping it in this weekend, maybe next week. I do want to get that exhaust done first. And then you guys will be seeing more videos on this. And it's going to be a good opportunity in case you guys want to do the same thing. What if you guys have a Vanguard that blew up just like me, but all you have laying around is this V-twin, but you just don't know how to put it in? And, you know, that's what we're here for. We're going to be showing you guys what it takes to do an engine swap like this. Chuck's was a bitch. It was an absolute bitch. I don't even want to go into it. I'll be here all day. So that is the update for the Simplicity, and it's looking good. Our arrival date on it being done, we're on time. Hopefully by the end of October, we'll do the automatic challenge, which I'm not going to spoil, but it's going to be good. It's going to be 2 to 3 videos, I'm hoping. Maybe less, maybe more, depends on weather, time, and if everything goes well and if the motors and the mowers cooperate, because we also need time to tune these babies. So there's that. Now, the biggest update is Chuck. For so long, I've told you guys everything's perfect with this thing. Not quite. I feel like I've been lying to you guys. 2 massive things are wrong with this mower, and I've decided to cut the string, cut the line, and start fresh. We'll start with the transmission. It leaks oil like a sieve, and I'm blowing through gear oil like nothing. It's bad. The case was fractured many moons ago, not from me, from somebody else. So I'm going to be dropping this transmission and putting in a better one. Now, before I talk about it, we do not waste things here. This transmission, all I'm going to do to it is take it apart and use the gears for the 6-speed over there. Or, in fact, I might not even do that. I might just take the case off, replace the case, gasket it, boom, it's another transmission. But I also have to fix the shifter, and which leads me to why it's sitting here. I broke the shifter ball on this again. It was just too much. Basically what it is there's an arm, and then right here there's a hole. So arm, hole, right? And then in the middle of the hole is a grade 8 nut that holds your shifting down, your whole shifter arm. Every time I went to go shift, it would get too tight and break the head off. And it was not reliable. And then the clutch was giving me a hard time, which is fine, by the way. But it was just too much. It wasn't reliable. Thus, you guys never got to see this a lot on the channel. And I had better fish to fry. But I said to myself, I said, this winter, I am not going again without this mower on the road. It's not happening. So what I've done is we're going to rip out this transmission. We're going to swap out these Carlisle Trail Wolves, put them on these rims. So they're going to be a little bit of a thicker tire, which is actually what these were meant for. These are 19-inch rims, and they're just too small for the tire, which is why this guy keeps going flat. But these are 20-inch rims. I'm sorry, no, 8-inch rims, my bad. These are 20 by 8 by 8. These are 19 by 8 by 8. So hopefully these tires are going to fit well. Worst case scenario, it's just going to keep doing that, which I really don't care. But the meat and potatoes, the fabled why we're here. Boom. This is a Peerless MST206. If you guys don't know what that means, I'll leave you a link below to the manual for these Peerless Tecumseh motors. Now, you're probably wondering, how good is it? Well, it's really good. It's not the best transmission Peerless has made, I will say, but it's right there in the middle. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's right there, and for what I do, I mean, I'm not going from here, you know, maybe a mile or 2 in the woods or out in the road, full gear, racing this thing. I'm only using that 3rd gear in mud holes and stuff. Really, this thing's living the 1, 2, 3 life. But there's a magical thing that I'm so freaking happy about. Chuck has a 6-speed transmission. I'm sorry, Chuck had a 6-speed transmission, but he had a 3-speed with a 9-inch pulley. This is a 6-speed oil-cooled Peerless Tecumseh motor. and it's got the same pulley diameter, 9-inch. What does that mean? We're going faster. I'll have my first gear, rock crawl, second gear, regular, third gear, fast, fourth gear, really fast, fifth gear, fast, and then, you know, my sixth gear is mock Jesus. I mean, I'm booking. So this might be too fast for this mower. I'll have to feel it out when I put it in, but I know this transmission can handle it. Now, I've told you guys over and over and over again, you always want to make sure you have an oil-cooled transmission, specifically a Peerless Tecumseh. Here's why. They are built stronger, they will cool down faster, and they actually can take the beating that not a lot of transmissions like the grease transmissions can take. For example, the Peerless 820, it's probably, in my opinion, it's the best transmission you can get to put on the specific chassis of a mower. The better ones would be the 70s, 80s, and 90s mowers that came out with the Peerless 2500 series and 1500 series and 1200 series transmissions. Now, if you don't know what that means, please look at the manual description, the link in the description below. Sorry. You can skim through that manual, see what Peerless you have, and see the specs, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But these transmissions are meant to handle, I've seen people push them up to 75 miles an hour. That's not a joke. But I'm not doing that. I mean, the max I'm doing is about 20 miles an hour. I did 16 before, but at the same time, the gear ratios are different in this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be going just as fast as 16 miles an hour or if I'm going to be going a little more faster because I have 3 extra gears. I'm not too sure. Just because it's a 6-speed doesn't mean it's got the same gear ratio as this 3-speed. They're both different. I might have all 6 gears and still be going the same speed, full gear, as I was full gear on a 3-speed. So it's really, really different when you look at these two transmissions in comparison to see which one you have and what they can do. But this is a nice transmission. It doesn't leak. It's pretty fresh. I've been keeping it around just for the specific reason. And we actually used this in a very old Black Craftsman we had that's since been deceased. Now, I've already converted my mower to do stick shift and side shift. Now, what does that mean? This is a crotch shift shifter. That means that it was meant to be shifted by the crotch. I call it a crotch shift shifter. And then, of course, the side shift, which is a classic on the side. Chuck was a side shift, and it was a bitch, but I was actually able to convert it to both. So I can have best of both worlds. I can have a Peerless transmission, oil-cooled, that is a stick shift on the side or by the crotch. That makes it a lot more nicer, so I have a wide variety of transmissions to pick from, both strong and maybe not so strong if I choose that way. So being that this is a crotch shift, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is maybe drill out a hole here, and then maybe not even, I might be able to use this hole right here, put the arm in, bolt it in, and that's it. Just match it up with the gears and I'm gone. Now, the other thing you guys might be wondering or noticing is these are different axle shafts. And yes, I know that. These are Keyway axle shafts. Oh, that's beautiful. No play. And the other reason why I'm really, really happy, and we will be doing this, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because it does cost a little bit of money. But I'm going to be buying spacers and hubs for this, for Chuck, and I'm going to be just doing a tire swap. I love the Carlisle Trail Wolves. They're my babies, and they've treated me well, but I want to upgrade to maybe some mud bugs. If you look at Chud237's video, link below, great YouTube channel to choose out, you can see what the mud bugs look like, and they're amazing, trust me. But I also don't want to use the stock Ride More rim. I think that's kind of, I don't know, bland. I mean, they look okay, but not for me. So the spacers are, I'll leave a link for that also in the description. You can get them off of Amazon for 20-30 bucks. It's basically, it fits in this keyway, and you could pretty much put tires from a old Cub Cadet or golf cart tires that have that 4 to 5 lug pattern. You could put that on this mower because it matches the keyway. You just slide the hub on there, and boom, now you have a tire that could fit a 4 lug to 5 lug tire. I want to get these SS Krager golf cart wheels. They sound boring, but if you look at Chud237, he did it, and it's inspired me so much that I'm gonna do the same. I never really thought about doing that because I've always just been alright with not having to spend money on it, but I'm seeing now, Chuck, I feel like when I did this project, I thought, we'll just do this quickly. I want more. I want more of the action. I want it to look good, sound good, and perform good. I want it to be reliable. And if that means spending a little bit of coin, it spends a little bit of coin. It's going to take me some time, though, because we are not very flush with money around here. We are just trying to do the best we can with what we have. And tools make that a lot more easier. But getting back to this transmission, that's what I'm hoping to do. Now, the problem is, this is a single wheel transmission, and the others are posi. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, isn't that worse? It might be. I might be getting stuck. Hopefully not, because I got the aggressive tread. But having a posi lock transmission can actually do a little bit of harm to the transmission, because when you dump that clutch to go through a mud hole, it has to instantly deliver power. And if it doesn't deliver power, it's going to break. So with single wheel, it's kind of you're letting the transmission choose, okay, I'm going to divide my power to this and this wheel. Now, this is not true for most transmissions. You're fine just locking the locking the ball gear to both shafts and then having a posi, and it's not going to harm anything. Christ, look at this mower. It's just because it's got a bad shifter on it, it still drives. So what I'm saying does have merit, but it's not gonna, if you lock your mower up with, a posi lock, you're not killing the motor. You're not killing the mower or the transmission. It's just, what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna be getting, hopefully, not gonna be getting as stuck with the single wheel transmission than the posi lock transmission. That's all. Now, this is a 6-speed. Chuck's always had a 6-speed. I've always wanted to have my 6-speed back. It really sucks having to go first is second, second is third, 6 is third, and then reverse is like, it sucks. I want my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 neutral reverse. And that's what this is, guys. All I have to do with this is just put some new transmission oil in it. This takes 16 ounces of 80W90 or EP, EP? I think it's EP90. Yeah. So that's this transmission. And you're probably thinking, well, is that it? No. No. We are also going to be putting a skid plate on this transmission. Now, the other transmission I really didn't give a damn about because it was already fractured. It was leaking. I really couldn't care if I blew it or not. And that's still true to this day. But with this transmission, it's a nice transmission, and I really want to do a skid plate. I'm doing it OK Off-Road Mower style. Check out another link. There's going to be a lot of links in this damn description, Christ. Link in the description below. OK Off-Road Mowers shows you the perfect way to put a skid plate on a transmission, and I'm going to be doing it to the T. Hopefully comes out the same as what he did. Just strengthening the transmission, protecting the bowl gear, and hopefully just making it stronger and susceptible to some rocks. Now, the other nice thing about this transmission is I'm going to be having brakes. I have the brake lever there, and the brake disc is already there. I got brake pucks coming, so we're looking good. So we're gonna have brakes finally, and I can also add finally hydraulic brakes to this mower, which I may not be doing this year, but definitely next year, because going fast, the stock brakes, they're gonna make you stop, but it will wear them out a lot longer, faster, sorry. So you'll have to change them faster. So hydraulic brakes are gonna be on the rise for this mower. Now, the other upgrade that we're doing, I'm going to be getting a brand new steering wheel. I love this one, but it's just, it's causing me problems. And you guys may have been noticing this problem. That's because when I built this mower, I forgot, oh, it's still got a full tank, damn. I forgot that when I welded this steel little shaft here, I forgot to put a stainless steel tubing in between that shaft and weld it in to hold this in place. So I just got to buy that and tack it in. I'll probably be doing that very soon, maybe this week, next week, the week after. It's happening. The steering wheel bit, I don't know. I might just keep this on here and just wait, because it's, it's a nice original steering wheel. I like it. But that is what we're doing, guys. And the other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving this puppy in fresh spray paint, nice black, and just making it look nice. We're going to give it some lights. I mean, what the hell? Why do I not have lights on this mower? I got rear lights, sure, but I need lights. So we're gonna be putting in a nice LED light bar that goes right around here. And then we're gonna be putting some Raptor grill lights nice and neatly through this grill. So that'll look nice. Anything else? I mean, I would like to put Challenger X steering on here from Go Power Sports, but the steering, it's good enough. It's gonna get me by. There's definitely still more that has to be done to this mower to make it more reliable. I want to get fatter front tires. I want to get fatter rear tires, or just keep these and get a bigger rim. There's just so much I want to do, but it takes time. Now, getting back to this whole thing, guys. Hypa has sponsored us. You know, you guys have known that they've sponsored us for a while now. We've been partnering for them for a long time. They've been sending me free parts, but they actually gave me some pretty cool stuff to help me make a little bit of coin with them. So for, I want to say, at least a couple of good videos, probably every single video, I'm going to be saying this at the end, but please click the link for Hypa on the description below, or in the description below. Each click you guys do gets me a little bit of something something, nothing big, but that something something can go into these mowers, and we can build, one of these days I want to build a custom mower straight from you guys, like not even me, just boom, just do what the viewers want to do, and I think that'd be really cool. So hopefully we can do that someday. Maybe, you know, you just never know, but it's a really big help when you guys do that. I mean, it really means a lot to me. So click that link for Hypa. Once again, it's in the description below. I'll really make it known for that one. And I mean, I can't thank Hypa enough. I mean, they've gotten the Cub Cadet running, the Husqvarna running. They're getting the Simplicity running. I mean, just, it's amazing. And it's quality parts too. I have yet to complain about their carburetors, which is amazing because even though I buy off at eBay, I usually get a problem around now. And I haven't had any, zero, zilch, nada. So big thanks to them. They've been making it happening for us, and they're making good content for you guys. So please check, at least check them out. Another thing is, Hypa's given me that link on the bottom. That is for 80% off. You hear that right? 80% off. Any what was it? Single cylinder motor part for, you know, Cub Cadets, Husqvarnas, Poulons, Craftsmans, V-twins, single cylinders, you name it. If you want an air filter kit, you click that link, you'll get a pretty good deal on it. So 80% off on that stuff. Please check the link out. They have 80% off on certain stuff. I can't say which one because I don't know, but just in general, please check them out. Order some stuff. I mean, they got really good quality stuff for not that much money, like $4, $3 for a little chainsaw chain or an air filter kit. I mean, I'd be buying that stuff right now if I were you. So please check them out. Show them some love, guys. And with all that said and done, I don't mean to keep, you know, talking about that stuff all the time. I try to make these videos a lot more interesting. But with all that said and done, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, people. Please, it really makes a difference, guys. Makes a difference, right hand of God. And if you like this video, check out the Instagram and Patreon links below. We are posting on those platforms almost every single week, usually twice a week on both. I've been slacking a bit on the Instagram, but yeah, it's whatever. I'm always posting on that stuff though, so please check those links out. Show Hypa some love, guys. Come on. And without further ado, this is Impossible Mowers out.